Well, Ingo Rademacher was on the show General Hospital, which is still on the air. It's been on the air. It's one of the longest running shows in television. He was one of the longest employees there. He's there 25 years. But now he's been fired because he will not comply with Disney's mandatory injection policy. In fact, now he's suing the company. So Ingo Rademacher is an actor. He's also, it turns out, a very smart guy who's thought this through to a deep level. He's a man of principle, an interesting person, and a really good person, actually. We had a long conversation with him for a brand new episode of Tucker Carlson today. Here's part of it.
I'm still kind of blown away that I'm sitting here having this conversation with you, because I never thought that I would do this, and I also never thought that I would ever be in a lawsuit or a situation like that. I'm not that kind of person. But I can't turn a blind eye when I see people being bullied and coerced.
Yes.
So I guess in a way this fight kind of chose me, and even though I'm the one that's bringing this lawsuit to ABC, Disney, this is much bigger than me. This is about basic human rights and the freedom, the medical freedom to choose. And it's about all the people that have already lost their jobs and the ones that are going to lose their jobs in the future because of these corporate vaccine mandates. And I'm confident, and I'm hoping that we can really make an impact, with this case. I have a great team of lawyers, by the way, who I was introduced to by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. from Children's Health Defense.
What a great man he is.
Absolutely. Scott Street and John Howard, these attorneys out in LA, they're actually at the forefront of this fight. And you may have heard about some of these cases that they had. They got cases against LA County, LA City, and even the state of California against Gavin Newsom. And the same group that is helping out with those cases, they're actually helping me now as well, which is Children's Health Defense, Bobby, and a group called the PERC group as well. So I'm super grateful for that, because I couldn't do it without
as you're there in this idyllic world in the job you love, that's what was so heartbreaking about your video, by the way, that we opened with, is like I'm thinking I'm watching a man who really loves what he does and wants to keep doing it but can't.
Yes.
So that is, there's something really sad about that. But so you hear these vax mandates are coming down from the corporate monsters at ABC, at Disney. Do you take it seriously? Do you think it's going to actually happen?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it was going in that direction, and we were hearing about it. So and they said they were going to take religious exemptions, so we put in for that, and that was denied.
They denied it?
That was denied as well. So
you actually went with the process.
I did. Even though I'm against all of it.
Of course.
I did. I went with that. I went.
You
with the
could
process.
have. No one ever says this out loud, but I know 1 million people have gotten fake vax cards, and I'm not taking a position either way. But you could have done that.
No, believe me. I believe me. I've heard about that, and I know people that have them. But that's not standing up. I couldn't do that. I'm not the kind of person that can just turn a blind eye to this kind. I have to fight. If I see corporations bullying people and coercing them, I can't just do that. I'm adding to the problem if I would have done that.
I agree with you.
And so
I feel the same way, just so you know.
Yeah, walking away, of course, it's a great job, great income, and but there's no choice. There was no choice here for me. If we don't choose what we're allowed to put in our bodies, we don't own our bodies anymore. And then the government owns you.
Okay, I'm trying not to slam the table. I totally agree.
It's so frustrating. It is so frustrating.
So here's a European man who grew up on a farm in Australia who has strong beliefs about health and life, how to live. You're not trying to coerce anybody. You're not telling people not to take the vax. You support people who want to take the vax. You're not against vaccines. You just don't care to take this one. You're not harming a single person, and they fire you for it. What do you think their thinking is here?
The way I look at this with this COVID vaccine is you would have a rational argument if the vaccine did a good job at stopping the spread, that you would mandate it at work.
Yes.
But you'd still be wrong.
Yes.
I say. But right now you don't even have a rational argument at all, because we all know that the vaccine doesn't do a good job at stopping the spread, and we've had breakthrough cases at work. Yes. And we're going to continue to have breakthrough cases like we have all over the world.
They're everywhere.
So you don't have a rational argument to mandate it. Now you're just telling me I need to take a medical treatment for myself to reduce COVID symptoms. What if I disagree with that? I'm not spreading it at work. Why mandate it? No one's been able to answer that question. That simple question.
How does an unvaccinated person threaten vaccinated people or threaten anybody? I ask that question constantly. No one's ever said, I want to come on tonight to explain that to you. And I'll speak slowly so you can understand.
No, they don't want to explain it.
So what do you think this is really about?
Oh.
It's okay. You're in a safe space.
Look, I think it's about control, obviously. Yeah. I don't know where we're going with this. The fact that they're doubling down on everything now, like the governments in Australia and some of the European ones, and people also don't realize that if we don't stand up to this, it's not going to go away.
That was a conversation. We did not expect it to be as deep as it was or as interesting. Really a man of principle. Ingo Rademacher. Right now on Fox Nation, you can get it for free at tuckercarlson.com.